Previously on the Atomless.
Azhaam, he.
Ike. She.
My name is Theriac.
What's up? My name's Skye. Welcome to the patchwork, my dudes.
More research regarding the crystal.
And you find data. Like someone has imprinted this thing with almost a message.
Everybody stop! Put your hands on your heads!
Is a seat taken?
All I want is to settle down and start a proper life.
My name is Mr. Hylock. Hear that I'm lucky enough to have you interview to work with me?
I think I'm the lucky one.
Hey, no. I don't know what you hear, but I'm not buying anything.
Hive sent me.
What's your name?
How's skyscraper?
Scrapyard.
Welcome to the Hef. How can I be of service today?
My name is Dr. Theriac. I work with Wild Times. Some of the people I have employed have been arrested.
Unfortunately, I can not divulge information of people aboard. But if you find a superior officer, they can give you a clearance pass. Allow me to tell you more.
Is a seat taken?
I remember all this.
My name is Mr. Hylock.
I'm sorry, did we do this before?
I don't know what you hear, but I'm not buying anything.
This might sound a little immature, but have you ever read a comic book?
Yeah, you know what? This isn't working. Can we rerun simulate?
Just concentrate, that's all. Focus as hard as you can.
As you all break out of this memory loop and you gain full autonomy, the ship raises and the patchwork takes off, and you are all in deep space. A thousand eyes stare at a hulking, multi-horned creature sulking in the darkness of a cave. The creature stretches a powerful paw out in front of it, attempting to grasp at the straw it lays on, as its sharp-toothed jaw widens in a yawn before its eyes examine its home. Rocky outcroppings, the fresh water dripping off stalactites. Its eyes follow, and stares, sadly, at a smooth wall that it knows holds the eyes that stare at it. It stands uneasily unsure of the body that it inhabits, and it lurches toward a pile of bones nearly stripped of their meat and sniffs. Then sadly, to the joy of the thousand eyes staring at it, it crunches into its new meal. It shambles back to its bedding, and as the creature lays down and looks out to the rest of the cave in front of it, we see recreational environments stretch out, joys and wonders to be had in abundance, but the eyes won't stop watching, unmoving and unblinking. The patchwork has been in the air for 3 days at this point. Scrap took the long way round to avoid the Leviathan's eye, as Ran is in a position now where you'd be coming past it if you just flew straight there. However, Idun is now in view. The little intercom system flicks on.
Hey, so we're about 4 hours out of Idun. We're gonna have to make a stop off at its moon and then get in from there, but everyone suit up. It's bring your crew to work day.
And the intercom flicks off.
Did everyone download the Experience app?
What is that exactly?
Oh, you can check the wait times for certain exhibits, and it shows you like what stores are gonna have sales and stuff. There's this neat little scheduling section, and every time you open up the app, the tiger thing gives a little thumbs up.
You can also mobile load onto this thing.
Yeah.
Get your food prepared ahead of time. It's neat.
If you all have to buy tickets, I'm going to make an executive decision to just bypass you all. There's no reason you all should not be able to get in. You are technically employees of Wild Times as per the contract.
Wait, what?
Oh, yeah, are those contracts real?
Oh God, yeah.
Doctor.
Wait, hold on. We've been on this ship for 3 days and you didn't care to mention that you hired us?
It's not real,
Okay.
but it's very handy legal work.
Okay, I almost wish you hadn't have told me that I am a technical employee of a theme park we're about to enter, because it's already gone to my head. Also, I know it's not a theme park. It's a zoological facility. I'm so sorry.
I don't want to hear the T word for the rest of this trip. Do you understand?
Yes, Dr. Theriac.
Thank you.
What about the Z word?
Zoological.
Yeah, that's easy to fix, because you could be like, the zoological facility.
Exactly. There's a chance to recover. You can't recover from...
We could also just call it Wild Times. It has a name.
It does have a name.
Did you choose the name?
Everyone should pack. We should all individually pack alone. Yeah, everyone just plan what you're going to wear. Make sure you got, your bottles of water, libations, snacks. It's really expensive there, okay? I just look nervously at Theriac because I don't want this conversation to continue.
Does anybody want a spare fanny pack?
I already have one, thank you.
Oh, I've never had a fanny pack before.
That's literally so funny that you say that, Mo, because I fully was going to have a joke that you and Scrap have collected, from just places that you've just taken shit from. You have, a whole box of different fanny packs. And so that's very fun that we synced up there.
Take the fanny packs. There's a whole box of them just over there.
Wait, I have a question. Will we need, sun protection? Is it very sunny? Is there...
It's very sunny, yes. I recommend if you have skin to wear proper...
I don't! Do I need sun protection?
You have fur, so...
Rats can get burnt. Matt says as Scrap, right?
I don't know. I've never had to think about that before.
If you have exposed skin, such as your ears, your muzzle, your hands, or your tail,
yes,
you should wear sunscreen on those bits.
That's true. And also, Ig, we have been on the lower decks for most of our lives, and I'm pretty sure that the sun hits us differently, so we might get actually pretty burned. So yeah, I don't have sunscreen, but...
If you have dense fur...
Oh, that's true. Dense
fur,
maybe.
you're fine.
A lot of my fur is matted. But...
Dr. Theriac, you don't sound too excited to be going back to your zoological facility. Isn't this the first time you're going to get to see it with people?
Oh, I'm very excited. I'm just working right now.
Oh, what are you working on?
I'm doing the actual paperwork for the slugs.
Oh, for burger and fries. I'm going to
Wait,
miss
hold
them.
up. We've had them for ages.
Yes, I've been feeding them what food we've had left.
But why did... never mind.
Why didn't what?
Nothing. It's fine. I'm just gonna keep packing and keep to myself.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go say goodbye to Burger and Fries.
Can I come?
Yeah, please.
Y'all walk out in the kitchen. I imagine Burger and Fries is in the kitchen since that's where Theriac does the most of their work. Yeah, so it's there's the Spy Kids 1 themed fabricator that makes the majority of the protein food and the coffee and things, and there's a recycled water sink that Scrap has very recently installed on Saga, as well as your chairs that you picked out and the drift core in the middle, and you can see that Scrap is has the curtains to the pilot seat open so you can see out all in front of you and see all the Atomless Sea and Idun, which is increasing. You've actually now been matched by other ships. This is the most ships you've seen in one condensed area when you're not taxiing to get into a planet. Like, you were taxiing to go into Saga for a little bit, and Helium as well when you were going into Helium, but now it's like you're just on the space highway, and you're seeing like 2-3 other ships next to you.
This is actually kind of exciting.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. This is gonna be great. I'm like so excited to see it with like people walking around with everything all open, you know?
I think it'll be very exciting. I've never been this far from Saga, have you?
Me and Scrap made a stop. Don't tell Dr. Theriac, okay?
Oh
But me
my
and
gosh.
Scrap
Okay, I
might have made a little stop at Wild Times before it was open. You know, we just wanted to scope the place out so I know where all the bathrooms are.
When did you do this?
It was very minor.
I know we left Saga, went to Wild Times and picked you guys up.
That's how we found out about the Leviathan's Eye.
How'd you get here?
I'm the pilot. I'm on the pilot's chair. I'm like in the same room as you. Just
Wait, is Dr.
no, Dr. Theriac. Dr.
here?
Theriac is like further away than I am. Yeah.
Okay.
That's how we found out about the Leviathan's Eye, because we were coming back from Idun, saw the Leviathan's Eye collide with the asteroid belt, and then we met up with the VA-11, and then found you guys.
Okay, so yeah, this is just very interesting, and I'm kind of excited to see Dr. Theriac in their element, you know?
Yeah, and like I didn't get to see any of the animals or anything. There was just like a bunch of hotels and stuff. So I'm excited to get the full Wild Times experience, you know?
Do you think we'll be like very important guests because we're with, you know, the very important Wild Times founder, Dr. Theriac?
I think you're always very important.
That's extremely sweet.
But I don't know how we're gonna get treated once we get down there. Like, I'm getting some weird vibes from Theriac in terms of the back end production of this zoological facility, you know?
Oh, like what?
I mean, so there's a spectrum of ways this could go in my imagination.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get down there. They're gonna roll out a red carpet. Trumpets will sound, and a round of applause and confetti from the audience as we wave as we walk out of the patchwork. That's over here.
That is one scenario.
On the other end, I'm worried we're gonna get there and the people running the park are gonna be like, Dr. Theriac, who? Are you on the list? And then we're gonna have to kill somebody, because that ain't right.
No, those are very different in very extreme ways. I hope maybe it's somewhere in the middle. I kind of don't.
I think it's probably gonna be
Okay, good.
somewhere in the middle.
No, I think I trust Dr. Theriac, and I think that this will go very well. And Burger and Fries are gonna be so happy. They're gonna be with so many other animals.
Yeah, can I pick up Burger and Fries carrier and be like, you're gonna be a big star, kid. You're gonna go places. Theoretically, physically, you're probably gonna be in one place forever.
Theriac will walk in at that point and say, Put the slug down! That is a parasite! Please put it back in its facility.
And they're ready for their big debut.
They are not your friend. Do not disturb the slugs. Please put the...
All right, I'm putting down the carrier, but
Put
Dr. Theriac,
down-
it's hard for me to not
Thank
disturb anybody.
First of all, you are not a disturbance. You are not a nuisance.
I should probably try harder then.
You are an esteemed... I feel like you're missing the point. But these are going to be... We want these specimens in good health and to not be, out of sorts when they arrive at the veterinary clinic.
Now, Dr. Theriac, let's say hypothetically, I'm not saying this, I can neither confirm nor deny that this has or has not happened. But if, whilst you were not actively looking at burger and fries, someone slipped them a few cheesy puffs at 2 a.m., would that matter? I'm sensing you didn't know that anyone has done that, so I'm going to say no, it does not. If someone did do that.
Matt, are these slugs omnivorous?
Yeah. They're like parasitic, so they're
like are they like opportunists?
Yeah, everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That would be fine for these slugs if someone were to do that.
I do not advise you to do that in the future unless you have specifically asked me to do so. Because some animals can get very sick if you feed them the wrong things.
Dr. Theriac.
Okay.
Can I feed burger and fries cheese puffs at 2 a.m.?
What time is it now?
It is coming to Idun time 11?
In the morning?
Yeah, sorry, yes.
Yes, because you will not be able to interact with them for much longer.
Okay.
But thank you for asking. I appreciate that.
I guess I need to go and pack and find sunscreen. So I'm gonna go and figure that out.
Very well. I'm going to go check on Azhaam, see if he needs anything before we land.
I'm gonna hang out with burger and fries for the last moments we can.
Yes. Say your goodbyes, your farewells.
Yes or no to cheesy puffs? Just one for old
You may
times.
feed them the cheesy puffs.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And Theriac will stop by Azhaam's. Azhaam?
Something wrong?
Are you doing alright?
Why wouldn't I be? It's packing for a zoological trip. So, I've got everything I need. It's easy enough.
I just know you are not... You do not endorse how this facility came to be, so I wanted to check that you are okay to actually enter the premises.
What do you think I'm gonna do? Walk up to every cage, break the animals free, let them roam wild over the countryscape?
I know you're joking, but that does give me anxiety.
Theriac, I told you before, I don't have a problem with you or with wild times. I have a problem with how... I think you don't realize what this place is. Well, we've had this conversation, we don't need to have it.
I understand. I understand your positioning. And in some ways I do agree with you. Know that.
It's good to know, but what scares me is that if you agree with me, what are you planning on doing?
Continuing to run the best operation that I can within my given capabilities.
Okay.
I've been actually doing lots of drafts for some modifications to the site, possibly some ideas for different exhibits, some just some standard of life improvements, I believe. That would be of benefit for both our specimens and our guests, so always room for improvement.
Sure, Theriac. Sure. Just, if you do get disappointed, be careful not to... Don't let yourself fall apart because something didn't work out where you intended. I lay a massive hand on Theriac's teeny tiny little shoulder. Just like pat. I look at him quizzically. Okay then. Well, I should visit little Freet's room.
Ah. Yes, don't let me impede you. And we'll go back, check on Scrap.
Yeah, Scrap's flying in. There's a little... Their motherboard is essentially like all junk. They have like a fax machine, which is like printing out small reports and little like word like pictures of which are just all made up of words of just like the general look ahead of them and little scans around them. There's a typewriter that they're occasionally tapping on that contacts other ships around. Yeah, they're just having a little fly on their console in this like deep granddad chair that is the pilot's chair that they have. As you walk up, they're like, "Oh, hey, big shot. Want a seat?"
Morning, Captain. Looks out to Idun, which is just this beautiful little tropical planet with greens and blues and all sorts of color. Like you can even see like the reefs from up here and like how bright they are.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
Feels good. Yes.
Hey, we never had time, but you did real good on helium. Getting us here. You've been doing real good this whole time. I'll be honest, Doctor, I'm gonna be absolutely gutted to lose you as part of the crew.
Yes, it's unfortunate, but that was our agreement when I took the job to get the mollusks. Was once I got back here, I'd be returning to work. But
absolutely. Well, hey, if you ever need any slugs needing picking up from any planet, you know, Skye and I are always are going to be knocking around. You have our numbers. Feel free to hit us up. You always have a place on the patchwork if you need it.
I appreciate that deeply, and I'll be sure to that you and all the crew are compensated with, if not lifetime passes, then seasonal passes.
Oh, I didn't even have to ask. That was literally going to be the next question right out of my mouth.
No, you have more than earned that. That prize, I would say.
It's been an absolute honor flying with you.
Same to you, Captain.
All right, go take your seat. Strap in. We're about an hour out.
All right. And we'll sit their ass down.
The little ding of the pilot light comes on, instructing everyone to go sit down and strap in as the patchwork weaves its way toward Idun. Idun could not be more different from Saga, and that's never more clear as you approach, as the planet is covered in a lush green landscape, deep blue seas worming around the planet, the reefs, the atmosphere is beautiful. It is stunning. A planet, even though you know that there is this huge park on it, it is almost entirely untouched by anyone. Idun's one moon, which has recently taken the name Gateway, shows thousands of ships to and from the planet. Hanging over the moon is this one humongous starship that almost covers the entire surface of it, called a Bifrost. It's a cruise vessel built to carry travelers from all throughout the galaxy, throughout the drift to all of the destinations that they want. It essentially has built-in multiple drift engines and just travels. It's one of the only ships that can go not only solar system to solar system, but full galactic plane to galactic plane. It is an incredible ship. You get the green light to land in the docking bay on the moon, and as you park, you see a huge palace-like structure. Its walls going on into the horizon and a huge grand dome that reaches a spiked point on top of the building. The entrance is met either side by two humongous holograms of creatures that keep changing what animal they are to show from a quadruped, horse-like creature with tentacled faces to large birds with tens of eyes on their wings. A brightly lit wooden sign above the decadent door says, "Entrance to Wild Times, the #1 xeno-ecological educational facility in the galaxy." Your ears are buffeted by the sounds of wildlife, cawing birds, roaring predators, and the chirp of different aesthetic-sounding insects. As you walk up to it, you see vines and plants crawling up the walls, fake waterfalls and streams that are flowing throughout the building and down the walls, under glass pathways that you walk. Excited park goers walk over them whilst collecting tickets or waiting in line. Holographic animals bound their way throughout the waiting spaces, through light fixtures on the floor, running up to children and offering to be pet by them. And then, when they tap them on their little head, a little of an information card pops up and telling them a little information about that animal. One such creature, a holograph of a pink monkey with a sharp whip-like tail, curiously walks up to you all. It stares at you all for a minute as you enter in to the gateway to Wild Times.
Can I pet it? Can I pet the monkey?
Are we supposed to?
You can bet it's a holograph. It is a holograph, but it's a futuristic holograph, so it's very good. As you pet it, there's a little dot that appears on it and a line showing a little card. This little critter survives on bugs and berries on Idun and is found in warm climates. For more information, buy the Explorers Pack for unlimited access to all animals' habitats and fast passes to rides, as well as exclusive Wild Times meal kit. Buy the Adventurers Kit. And it has a little sign above it that says, Kayuka Iki. Kayuka Iki is the name of this little pink monkey. And he goes,
That's so advanced.
Why are you waving? This is so cool. I'm losing my marbles, dude.
Theriac is gonna alright, enough of the salesmanship. The Karakuiki is a very interesting species, but first of all, I did not endorse this interactive exhibit. And I thought that we had agreed that all basic educational information for these animals would be readily available in plaques and holograms like these, but not
Behind paywalls.
not ones that you could pet.
I mean, I don't even know what a Kaulikiki was until I pet this one. It was asking me to be pet.
It's designed to... It's not how it would actually interact with you.
I know, but, it's accessible to me, the target audience, who is easily distracted by loud noises and bright colors.
I cannot fault you for that.
Azhaam is trying his best to stare directly at the floor.
You're doing very well. You're standing above one of these fake rivers. There's these two waterfalls that fall either side of the great entrance, and the water goes in and then worms its way through. And at the minute, you are standing on this very large plane of glass that has this water river flowing across it, and there's some holographic fish that occasionally swim past. Theriac, did you say that you shoo the Kayukariki away?
Go on.
As you do, you click the X and swipe it away. It sits and its eyes widen just slightly. Doctor! Thank you so much for coming back! Well, if you'd like to follow me, we can take you through the back room.
I would appreciate that. Thank you. Is this an artificial intelligence, or is this someone on a communicator?
I am the artificial intelligence that worms its way all the way through the gateway. I am cut off from the AI through Wild Times, but are from the same material.
Very well. I do have some crewmates that I've been traveling with that will also need access.
Very well. If you follow me, you can speak to Mr. Lepore, who will be able to give you access.
Thank you, and we'll march forward.
Theriac, you would know. Mr. Hilo Lepore is one of the board members. There are 6 board members, 7, including yourself, who reside over Wild Times. I'm not going to bombard you all with information. Hilo Lepore, Mr. Lepore, is one of them. This little pink monkey skitters and bounds over out of this gorgeous set area that holds all the cues and all these interactive animals flying around, and next to the toilets, just a very basic looking door that they stop just before the hallway down. At the end of this hall, you will find the door that leads into the back rooms and Mr. Lepore.
Camouflaged very well. Thank you very much. And we'll open the door, kind of siphon everyone in.
I believe here they call them backstage.
Yes, it would be considered that. Yes, backstage.
This is so cool. I feel so exclusive. Oh, the back rooms, they're going to be finger food.
This is definitely pretty exciting.
Well, our Theriac is a big wig.
That's even cooler. Like a rock star.
All right. Let's get to move on.
You walk on down. The hallway leads into a hallway, which leads into this huge room that these absolutely massive windows look out upon Wild Times. A bunch of different monitors, tens of people all typing, clicking, speaking to each other, making sure the ships from the planet coming back from the moon and trading places and all that is all working smoothly. It's essentially like a airport operating area, but exclusively for Wild Times. There's also people to make sure the tickets go through and all that jazz. You see a man, middle-aged human, in a t-shirt, a suit jacket, and has jeans on, and they're leaning over, speaking to someone who is just dealing with some random ticket things. They don't seem to notice you as you go in. They're busy looking at other things. Oh my god! Hello! Oh, Theriac!
Lepore.
It's been ages. Where have you been? You are looking great, and you have who I imagine is friends.
These are the crewmates that I've been traveling to on a mission to acquire more specimens for the facility. We'll go up and shake Lepore's hand.
Oh, yes. Lynn told us about your personal excursion. That's very exciting. Thank you so much for... We're going to have to open up our first off-world exhibit. If you do more of that, am I right?
Can I go up to them and offer my hand and say, Skye, employee in training for Wild Times?
It's an absolute honor. Mr. Hilo Lepore. I'm he, him. It's nice to see you.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Yes, it's a pleasure doing business with you, of course. Yes, hello everyone. My name is Hilo Lepore. I'm one of the board members next to Theriac. I'm the one who's been keeping the wheels greased, keeping everything turning since our Lord on High has been off gallivanting through the solar system. I've heard that you've led a very exciting life over the last few weeks. The board are quite excited to catch up and talk about it. Have you seen the new facility since we've opened?
There's a new facility already?
Not new facility. No. Have you?
Oh, a tour of the grounds.
Yes. Have you had it since we opened?
I've done a tour of the grounds prior to it opening. I've not seen it fully in action.
Wonderful. We're going to show you it. it is an absolutely magical experience. We're going to take we could go down privately. We're not going to do that. We're going to go through the public routes, and we're going to take the public ship down because it's quite magical. Bassett has really done some magical things.
That's why they were hired for the job.
Bassett is Lashunta, who is essentially the head Imagineer of the park facility as the park runs. Not a member of the board, but high up in the design aspect.
Yes. Well, this will be very exciting, won't it? And to be going through the sort of process as in the shoes of a visitor will be sort of a good proving of our
Absolutely.
facility. I am terribly sorry about missing the grand opening. That is very unfortunate. I wish I could have been there, but by all accounts, it went over well. Yes.
Oh yes, it's gone swimmingly. We had a bit of a scare. Obviously, it's not the same since you've been gone, but we've found our own path. Lynn has really stepped up when it comes to running that side of the things. They've come to me with a lot of things, and the whole board has really been, doing a lot of overtime and really filling in your vision for what the park is. So we should be all great to go. Right.
Yes. And you are talking about Tulin Malodin, is that correct?
Yes, yeah. You trained them exceedingly well. They seem to know exactly what they're doing. They've taken your ways with the animals and they've really inspired the team. Yeah. Of course, you're always the boss.
Can I roll a sense motive check on this person?
Okay.
I want to see if we're being sold a story here, or if they actually believe in Theriac.
They seem to be. They are just kind of a high up company person. They wearing like a t-shirt and jeans, even though they're like a high up CEO. So you can kind of tell that they might be trying to seem cool and chill. Everything is very flippant that they're saying when it comes to like Theriac going and like them caring. They're not saying anything to do with them, which is poignant, but you're not sure as to why they're not talking about them caring about if Theriac left or not. It's always the board. Right. To the park?
Onward
to the park. Fantastic.
To the park.
Should we get burger and fries? I mean, subject 2074 settled in first, maybe?
2074 and 2075. I believe these are two separate species.
Oh, burger and fries. Oh, okay. Yeah, I knew that. They're right in front of me, of course. Pleasure doing business with you.
We will need to work on a common name when we bring these to the clinic.
Oh no, I'm a huge fan. Theriac was their confusing naming conventions always gets me all turned around. It's 015F and 6478 and all that. I can never understand it. The fact that you gave them a name is wonderful.
I'm gonna be honest. I made up that number. I don't remember what it is, but I've remembered burgers and fries for like weeks.
No one ever does. Theriac is the only one who remembers their names. And Lynn. Lynn is now very good at this. You should meet Lynn. You'll meet Lynn. You'll love them.
It's very important for categorization. Let's continue.
Let's. Before we leave to the next spot, Matt, can I ask you a question out of character?
Yeah.
How big in roughly cubic feet is Spot the Crystal?
I don't know what a cubic foot is. It's this.
A cubic foot? It's like this?
Is this a little bigger?
You have about
little bigger.
4 cubic feet.
Okay, all right. So it's 4
if that's a crystal, that's heavy.
Yeah, that's heavy.
Yeah, I mean it's it's like
Okay.
weird. It like each of you have carried it at different points, and it is like it is a thing that you can carry like under an arm, and it's not wildly heavy. Which again, for a
it's not wildly heavy.
It's not wildly heavy. No,
it's like. Would you say it's comparable to the size of a soccer ball?
You know what? Absolutely. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Great.
That's
okay.
something we all have.
Can I say, as long as it's all right with Dr. Theriac retroactively, can I say that I have the crystal?
Yes, I would have encouraged that.
And in my mouth, yes.
In your mouth?
Oh my
yes,
fucking
in my...
god! Are you
okay? That's
absolutely unhinged.
Okay, I'm not.
So this whole time I used to be like, oh yeah, no, totally, I'll go.
I have cheek pouches that can store up to 1 bulk.
You still speak weird.
Honey, put it in your fanny pack. Just put it in your fanny pack.
I don't, please.
No. Okay.
You can put it in your mouth. That's fine. There's a weird electric
I'll
energy.
do something normal.
It is essentially. You've seen so much electricity coming from this thing. It is putting a large battery in your mouth. Is what you're doing. That's what it tastes like.
Have you ever put your tongue on a battery? It sucks.
Yeah, don't do that.
That's me, Andre, speaking. Don't do that.
Yeah. All right, I'll just carry it. I'll carry it.
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna take a Sharpie out of my back pocket and bite the lid off, and I'm gonna draw on the fanny pack 2 little mouse teeth, so it kind of looks like a mouth that can go like, "Rrr, rrr, rrr, feed me,
I don't really know how to explain why, but that did help. Thank you.
You're welcome. Powerful imagination.
As you all walk down the hallway, and this conversation's going on, Mr. Laporta's turned to you. Very colourful group you've got. I see you've stretched out in social circles.
Extremely colourful.
Can I try to overhear this?
Wider variety than.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, try to overhear it. I imagine it's Lepore, Theriac, Azhaam behind them both, and then Ig and Skye at the back.
Is Scrap coming?
That's what I mentioned. Scrap is outside. Like, Scrap had to park up the ship. You all left, went inside, and Scrap is going to meet you in the hallway. Like, yeah.
I feel like Azhaam would want to be last in this little group.
Oh yeah, sure, you can be last.
Get harder. But I did get a 27.
Yeah, you heard. You don't know what exactly the words were, but you definitely heard the tone. As you exit the hallway, you see a scruffy little rat that you know with the little antenna and the eye, but now is wearing like a vest, like a white vest, a little like Hawaiian t-shirt, and like little jean shorts with a fanny pack over. You see Scrap, who's just all dressed up and ready to go to a park with a Hawaiian shirt and a fanny pack and a white t-shirt, looking like a dad. Sandals? Socks? Absolutely. You kidding? Give me more. That's what Scrap's looking like as you will enter. Like, hey!
Scrap, looking fly.
Thank you so much. This is my holiday outfit. I haven't been able to wear it yet, so I'm excited.
It's extremely spiffy. Scrap, this is Mr. Lepore. He is a member of the board and will be escorting us across the grounds.
Wonderful. We are just about to head on down to Wild Times. You ready to join us? I would. Yes. All right. Come on, gang, let's go. Right. I'll, obviously, because you're all friends of our co-founder, all the tickets are already comped, so don't worry about that. You'll have full access to all the things, just not like the inner workings of the facility, but all park means you can go. Theriac, are we staying long? You are, but are your colourful crew staying long?
I'm not sure. That's for them to decide. My contract with them terminates once I return back to work, so that's fully up to them.
Well, how long do you think it's gonna take for us to see everything in Wild Times? Is it like a 3-day?
You could easily spend a week going through all of the different exhibits if you take your time and really, immerse yourself and.
Week?
I'm okay to stay for a bit.
if we're gonna do that, can we get like food vouchers? Seems expensive here.
Yes, of course. We can. I tell you what. I'll comp the tickets so you have like a 50% off, and then I'll just throw in the food vouchers for free. We don't need to get it now. Obviously, I can comp like one night if you're staying, but a whole week with all the tickets and things. So just pay that whenever you're ready, and then we'll set you up with the hotel room in Raven's Roost, and you'll all be set up and ready to go.
Matt, would Theriac's home be able to accommodate everyone, or is it like a studio apartment?
No. It's big. Theriac's house is big, but it is a 1-bedroom and an office. But everyone could it's like bigger than your room is bigger than the patchwork, but it doesn't have multiple beds.
I assumed we were gonna get like comped a hotel.
For one night.
For one night. 1 night in a hotel.
Hotel for one night, but after that you all are more than welcome to stay at my personal residency on Idun.
Oh.
Sleepover, yes.
Wait, is
That's
this
quite
place?
exciting.
I hate to ask it. I feel very uncomfortable asking it. But is this place your size, or is it fit for people my size?
No, it is fully able to fit everyone. More than ever. It's meant to fit several large species inside of it.
For parties, right?
So it is not for parties. It's primarily for business.
Nice. What was your name again? I've forgotten. I'm
Lepore. My name is Lepore. Mr. Lepore.
Lepore. Listen, come here, dude. What are your pronouns?
He, him.
Yeah, dude, come here. Let's level with each other, all right? Business person to business person. I know that businesses around the galaxy have taken investments from some shady organizations, so be real with me here, man. Is there any void associations in Wild Times?
Turns to Theriac. That's definitely an interesting question to ask out in the public. That's okay.
I'm young and curious. That's why I'm here.
Very charming.
I'm the target demographic.
Very charming. Would we? Let's get down to the park. Theriac, and we need to have a conversation.
Wow, what a long and suspicious
I understand.
way to say
yes,
no.
Please, no more questions until we get to the facility.
All right.
Miss Lepore.
Yo, I'm gonna get fired. Do you understand? I'm gonna get fired.
You can't get fired. This is your part.
Hi, board member. Are there any fucking criminals who are murderers who are in your park under your employee right fucking now?
Or is it just me?
I'm a teenager.
This is a quirky question.
Hi.
Hey, San Diego Zoo. Do you have any Crips in your facility? Do you have any Bloods working the food stands or anything? What's up with that?
Hi, board member. I understand that you just watched the co-founder of this park step off a hunk of junk ship with a teenager, a rat, and a rebel leader. I'm just wondering, are there any murderers on board? Anyway, Ms. Lepore funnels you all into a ship that looks like a large generic white pod, almost like an egg, but it has the Wild Times logo embossed into the side.
Sorry. I forgot. I have my Wild Time shirt on.
Did you just realize that?
Yes.
No fucking way. Does that
You're my
exist?
favorite. You're
Yeah,
my
that
favorite.
exists. Andre,
Hey, everybody. Quick plug. Quick real-life plug. Go to my Redbubble.
Yeah, there's Wild Times
get
merch.
An
I-
actual Wild Time shirt.
I had a Wild Times shirt.
I fully meant
You
to
can have
buy
a
Wild
real-life
Times
Wild
merch
Time shirt.
for this episode. I'm genuinely gutted that I forgot it. It's okay. There's always next time.
We're going to be here.
You
for
have
a
time
while.
before the next one.
Here 1 week.
1 week. Oh yeah, it's gonna be canonical when the gang buys Wild Times merch.
Yeah.
Everyone buys
Yes,
that
correct.
exact t-shirt. As you step inside this large egg-like ship, the inside is covered with leaves and plants, with a classic-looking like safari jeep that is sat in the middle of it. a bubbly staff member welcomes everyone on board. Like, come on in, guys. We've been waiting for you. Idun needs to be explored, and we can't do without you. Come on, hurry up. And there's excited kids all getting in, strapping in, and there's parents who are helping kids set up as. There's like all of this ambience of like the middle of the jungle playing all around you. As everyone sits, there's ambient lights that are like fake fire on these torches as you're going through. Okay, is everyone strapped in? The journey to Wild Times begins now. The room goes fully dark as these flamed torches go out and the ambient lights darken, and you all sit in silence with only the sounds of excitable kids and worried parents who are making sure the kids are strapped in tight for this small rocket ship ride down. The sounds of animals and nature get louder, and then the room brightens as a hologram of a purple, slightly translucent lion humanoid appears and walks just past you. But where the mane of this lion would be sit a wreath of tentacles that kind of dance in place. They sway softly, and the face is far more humanoid than it should be for people who know this animal. But I imagine Theriac is the only one who actually knows what this animal looks like. And they're wearing a classic adventurer's clothes. They have like that beige jacket with the little like explorer cap on. And as they walk in front of the ship, of this ship, you can hear them muttering to themselves, and they have a little map, and they're like, now, where is it? I know it's around here somewhere. And they turn to you. Oh, hey! I didn't see you there. My name is Onzo. I'm looking for a place where I can find and learn about the most wonderful creatures in the galaxy. I followed this map to here, but I never paid attention in my map reading class, so I'm all turned around. Hey, you all seem like a smart bunch. Could you help me? Do you know where I can find a place that has all the strongest, the coolest, the cutest creatures in all the galaxy?
It's right here in Wild Times.
You do? Do you know where I can find them?
I do. Yeah, right here in Wild Times.
Wild Times! Why, of course. I can't believe I didn't think of that before. And if I'm right, Wild Times should be right. They walk over to the right side of the ship. Here! And they pull back a holographed collection of leaves, and as they pull it back, there's a large quadruped with these clawed feet, sharp teeth, and it has like porcupine spines all down their back. It roars, and then Onzo lets go of the leaves curling up and is like, "What? Oh, it's not there. That's a dex free. You don't want to go messing with those." Maybe walks around and then goes over to the left side of the ship. It's here. They pull back a curtain of leaves and it reveals a bird with these eyes throughout its wings that's showering in that classic cartoon way. It notices you all and then does a little screech and is like, "Oh!" Onzo puts all the leaves back and it's like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't mean that, ma'am. You keep on showering." "Oh, it's not there. Where could it be?" "I know." Walks over to the front of the ship. "I have it. Everyone, welcome to Wild Times." Pulls back leaves, and as it does, the shutters of the ship open up, and stretched out in front of you is Wild Times, a huge park that stretches out for miles in front of you. You can see hundreds of animals, just teeny tiny small as you're all entering the atmosphere, playing in habitats, these huge exhibitions with these absolutely humongous creatures being fed as a bunch of people just sit around and watch these creatures being fed. You can see children riding on creatures the size of islands as they step off into the distance. Families getting on rides and roller coasters that fly and shoot around the park. You can also see a large floating orb in the sky that towers amongst everything else. This has restaurants, hotels, people are going in for food, and it has offices as well for the employees. The ship lowers, gets onto ground level as all of these big sites get bigger and bigger as you get closer and closer, and it gracefully lands at the docking port. And the doors open to Wild Times. As you all step off, children excitedly going out, the hologram of Onzo whiffs away, and Lepore is next to you clapping.
This
God,
So cool.
I love that ride.
It was very marvelous.
It's very good. So, would we like to move on? Theriac, of course, I know that you have I can gather the board and get them all sorted, and we can go up to Raven's Roost, pointing to the large orb that floats in the sky. It has this embossing all along the side of it of these two huge wings that kind of make from certain angles. It looks like a giant raven, but has this like moon-esque texture to it. There are numerous like little ships, and there's like a train that kind of floats up to it and then stops off and then floats down the other end. They point to it. Well, we have the meeting in Raven's Roost, so I can get gather the board and we can all meet. But would your friends like to just enjoy the park as things go on? Would they like to join us or get situated in the hotel?
Skye has not gone far enough to like elicit getting lost, but she is running around like a teenager at a theme park and like taking selfies next to big statues and like reading signs and stuff. So you see her zipping about.
What? Skye, can you please come back here, please?
Yes, sorry, Dr. Theriac.
Am
I on the clock?
No, but this is a decision that requires your input. Do you want to sit in on the meeting that I'm going to be having with my fellow board members, or would you rather just continue to peruse through the park?
Well, as an employee in training, I feel it is important for me to sit in and... Yes, business.
Right. Like, I'm thinking like sit, like not in the office, but nearby, getting, you can get the hotel and sit outside of the offices, of course, but it's a board meeting.
It is a board meeting.
Oh, the closer I can get to the beating heart of industry, that's where my young heart craves to be.
I like this kid.
I don't know why I said that like a pirate, but...
Oi, where the long?
Hi, welcome to Wild Times.
I'm a pirate, but I also love industry booms.
It's me, the businessman pirate.
I'm the business pirate, I am.
Hit me, the stock grabber.
Different voice for Skye every session, and today she is a pirate.
The best thing to do with your booty is invest it. Sorry, that was it. That was my last joke. Please go on.
Yeah, I'll go wherever I need to be.
Azhaam?
Yeah. I'm just like looking around, bewildered.
I go scrap.
Dr. Theriac, should I go?
You have all rights to be nearby. You won't be in the meeting, I would like to reinstate, but...
No, I would not expect that.
You do not... This is not an everyday occurrence to be invited into the executive building.
I will go. I think that we should go.
Don't you want to see where Theriac works?
I do, yes.
I work multiple places, I would like to clarify.
Hey, well, actually, this is a thing which we'll talk about in the meeting, of course, but we have some things which we think are quite exciting, and if you would like, if the boss allows it, then you can go see the actual workplace of Theriac. The board meetings, I know, is not your favorite place, but
Yes.
Hopefully I can do some convincing and have you all come into the actual laboratory that I work
That
in.
sounds awesome.
Yes.
It'd be exciting, yeah.
Oh, yes, I do want to see that.
All right. Let's go up to the roost. And we'll lead the group towards the train, which is, I imagine it's more like a monorail than like a choo-choo train.
Yeah, that's way better. Yes, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah.
And everybody hops on board. Theriac will like swipe their their work ID to like open the doors.
As you do, there's a little doo-doo-doo of a red, like, not allowed in thing. The poor goes, oop, and then swipes theirs. We had some changes. We'll figure that out. We'll get you sorted with a new pass. And as they swipe, the doors open, and you all get on the monorail. And the monorail is like this. You get onto like the first class version of it for the business executives. It's a very different vibe. It's very nice. It's got like nice plush seats and little waters and like sparkling waters on the side, and all of it has like the embossed Wild Times logo on like each cushion going up. The rest of it seems it seems like a mixture of a normal monorail, like a train car, and also kind of has some of the leaves of Wild Times, kind of that like chic bohemian aesthetic. And you take the monorail up to Raven's Roost. The monorail stops, doors open, you'll get off, and you are in an extremely like modern looking, there's like nightclubs and restaurants, and there's like a main street that you can walk down. This although is like a big orb in the sky, it feels like a cool like nighttime area. They have like street lamps that light your path, and it's still very bright. They still have like the daytime lights on, but there are street lamps going down. As well as restaurants and gift shops and all those little fun things. There's a collection of hotels. There's signs pointing you toward each of them. If y'all are all staying straight on the path
to business.
Mm-hmm. I think we should prioritize that, but I do want to go to the gift shop.
Oh my god, yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah,
also,
but
I don't know if
after.
it's all these ads I've been seeing, but I could really go for a Blitzo burger right now. Blitzo burger, anybody? Once we're done here?
Blitzo burger. Get your blitz in a burger. You hear an announcement. Yes.
There's a lot of advertising here.
A blitz of flavor.
Guess they gotta pay for the animal food somehow.
That's right.
You walk through the buildings. As Azhaam, you bring that up. And Paul's like, that's true. The young lady is very right. We needed money to get things off the ground, and then, when we did, we all put it into new parts of the area, paying staff, paying, people who work here, getting food from other planets, all that jazz. It all feeds for itself. It is quite bright here. I will give it that.
We do have an abundance of solar panel powered operations, which is reducing much of our financial expenditures.
So where's all the extra money going to?
What do you mean?
Well, if you needed to start up, and you've started up, and now you're gaining a lot of money, and if you have all forms of energy reduction, why are prices so high? Where's the extra money going to? Where's the profit going to?
We have our money collecting in a pot for. We do have sizable emergency relief if should anything come up regarding cutoffs for different food sources for the animals, if there's problems with our power grids or anything like of that nature. But also, just a larger amount should anything larger than just a simple, few day emergency arise.
Yeah, and also we have a lot of our funding goes to a thing which I'll mention in the meeting, which is the Wild Times charity, which is all down to funding animal conservation efforts, not only here but also on other planets. So,
is a for-profit institution or a non-profit?
Well, the charity is non-profit.
Oh, that sounds very nice, actually.
Do I need a role to realize that he felt the need to specify that charity was non-profit and not Wild Times as a whole?
No, it's very on the surface. Yeah.
Plus, I don't want to look at animals on an empty stomach. This is very convenient.
Well, yes. If you want food, you can. I can comp your meals as I go with Theriac to have this meeting.
There is a cafe at the in the executive building. Is that correct?
Yes, and it is phenomenal. So good.
I could go for some caffeine.
All
It's
right.
brilliant. It's really nice.
As long as it's coffee, I'm a bit drained.
Yeah, no, it's you can get whatever you want. Right, come, take an elevator up, and the ambient sounds of music die out as the lift goes up into the more executive areas, and it opens. As it opens, there is out in front of you an extremely nice area, but it's very corporate. Very they don't do so much with furnishings up here because people normally don't get here very often, so there's not that much need. However, there is a cafe and a little restaurant, a little eatery. They kind of have the Google feel. There's a few there's a nap area and then a little employee game zone, but again, it's a very corporatized version of all these things. Right. Have your reign. Don't bother employees, but the four of you can go do whatever. Scrap's like, hell yeah. Because I just remember that Scrap was there. Theriac, would you like to come with me? We'll gather the Knights of the Round Table.
Good luck with the business. You've got this.
Thank you. Lepore?
Come. You both walk off and go down the way and into a large meeting room. Huge, big not skylight. What's the term for the windows that are floor to ceiling windows that stretch from one end of the wall to the other?
Floor to ceiling windows.
You have floor-to-ceiling windows all along the side of this whole meeting area that looks out on over the park. There is this really nice oval table and a bunch of these chairs that float slightly off the ground, so you can adjust heights to how you want. I will call the rest. It shouldn't be 5 minutes. They're all in the building, I imagine. Please, boss, go take a seat.
Very well. Very cool. Sit in one of these very large executive chairs. You know the ones. The super way too tall backs. The spinny chairs.
Is it normal sized with Theriac, or is it already oversized and Theriac sitting in it? So it's
Oh, Theriac looks immensely small.
Tiny little pea. Tiny bulb of garlic. Time goes on. Not long as Lepore. Lepore doesn't open conversation unless you speak back to them, but they're on their phone for a lot of it. For a lot of the time as you wait. And a series of people walk in. There is Sir Minsil, who is a Kashathar, who is the classic looking, the long heads that stretch back, but where their long head ends early. It ends about halfway to the length of the normal Kashathar's heads stretch, and the second half is a clean glass chamber that's filled with water and multicolored fish that are swimming around inside and to the back of their head. They are wearing this very nice white suit as they step in. There is an android who walks in this real nice, about as business casual in a dress that you could pull off android called Feed, Feed, who walks in, and as they do, they look at you and go, hello, Theriac, it's so nice to see you back. It's so nice to have the boss themselves. We were worried about you.
It's quite all right, Feed. I am in tip-top shape.
They take their seat. A Shirin comes in. like what looks like an older portly gentleman comes in, not looking like a centipede like a lot of other Shirin, but kind of looks like a bit more like a stink bug, coming in with they have these big pincers, walking in kind of nervously rubbing their hands, and they nod to you and they're like, "Oh, it's nice to see you again," and goes and sits down.
Who is this?
This is Lorik Dorin. The door opens, but from the way you're sitting at the table, you don't see anyone walk in. But after you lift yourself up a little bit, you see Lynn, a little Screepy Deep, in a nice little waistcoated purple jacket. Screepy Deep is like a chihuahua. They look pretty much like a bipedal chihuahua. Who walks in and hops on like, "Oh, hello, Theriac. It's good to see you. Good to see you back. I was looking forward to your arrival. I have heard on the grapevine that you've brought us some exciting new little specimen, which should be very fun to see again. I'm excited to see it."
It's been a minute since we've acquired a new species, so I figured I'd take the first step in introducing the first since the park's opening.
As the conversation starts, Lepore is like, "Right, so as we all know, Kisak is on holiday, so they're not going to be joining us. Kisak is another Shirin who you know normally is a bit of a workhorse, however is apparently on holiday. They were never keen on any of the animals. They were here to fund the park. They dislike the animals so much that they did not live on Idun, even as the park was being built. They live in the gateway on the moon. They went back and then they would travel back every day. Yes, so they're on holiday, so she's not going to be joining us today.
That's good. That's good for them. I'm sure that they will take the time off as needed.
Lepore is he, him. Saminsel is she, her. That's the Kashtar with the fish tank replacing the back part of their head. Feed is she, they. Lynn is he, him. Lorik Doran is he, they. And Kisak is she, they as well. Right, so I feel like we should start with the elephant in the room, don't you? Theriac, where have you been?
I have been acquiring the specimen. Doing some off-world research on that. Unfortunately, the crew that I was traveling with had some other stops to be making, but I've tried to come back in as reasonable a time that I can.
Now, Saminsel says, now, do you not think that it was important for you to tell us? Lynn said that you sent an email, but you sent an email about a week and a half into your disappearance, which...
If you would give me one moment, I will pull up their phone and then click a button and it'll screencast. As per this email that I sent the day before I left, I had put in the time off requested. This was up to 2 weeks. All right.
Right. Well, I didn't receive such email. No, I didn't either. I don't think any of us did receive this email.
You are all listed here as recipients.
Yeah, no, we see that these things happen. Of course, with, the way that these things work. Of course. It's like, yes, of course. Next time, you can do what you want. You've worked very hard here. You are the boss after all. Maybe speak to someone in person next time, because of course we've had a lot of email now. I concur with Lynn and Cemental. I didn't receive anything either. And of course, like, you know, I look and we can all check the emails. I understand that my email is in it, but well, I didn't receive that. But that is fine. You're back now. We've recovered, and we are all back, and that's good. And business can start again. Speaking of, Feed has introduced some things, and then Lynn also will step up and say some things that they have also set up to the park, again, to enact your vision of what the park is. Yes. Well, so we wanted for the gift shop, since we didn't have we for the merchandising rights, what we decided to do was have Lynn reach out to some scientists, and I also did, who came and worked for us, and we have a very exciting project to show you, which I will show you after this meeting. But it should, if everything goes correctly, and of course it's going to, because we know us, the park is going to have a lot of new merchandise, which will be very exciting to see. Lynn has, of course, been doing a lot of good work with rehabilitating animals, as per your training, Theriac. They've done a very good job, and that means that our new cave exhibit has gone on wonderfully, and we've been releasing some animals back into the wild, which is ones that have fully regone their rehabilitation from being injured, and we've done that. We've opened a new hotel, which is on the outskirts of Wild Times, which is more on the ground floor, so people can look and well, rather, we haven't opened, but we've opened the plans to start building this new park, this new hotel. Sorry. So, yes, we have a lot of very exciting things which is happening. I just would like to let you know. Again, Lynn, I'm so sorry. The news that came out, Beck, who was the reporter at the time, who wrote she wrote the initial report on you.
Yes.
She, after writing the report, has visited a few times. We believe that she is still on the premises and asking a lot of questions, but we have threatened her with legal action if she continues to talk to the visitors, disrupting their time in these opening few weeks. Lynn.
Right. Yes. So, yeah. As Feed was saying, I have taken it upon myself to create something that I'll show you, since you know how we work. I'd rather show you than tell you about it. A new thing which will help definitely with merchandising. We've gotten the Aesir board to give us the go-ahead on that, so we're all good with it. Also, Theriac, after you left, we have had to upgrade the AI that runs the park to take on more responsibility now that you weren't here, and I needed to step up into your position. So I do a lot of the biohacking, and Vidar, who is the AI, has taken on a lot of the managerial responsibilities of
Sure.
Yes, of the
and
park.
that's been running smoothly. That's
yes. No.
Is that why my ID didn't work, because it was on the order system?
Yes, of course. Thank you, Theriac, so much for bringing that up. Yes, Theriac's pass didn't work. So, Lynn, if we could get that sorted. Yep, no, that's fine. I'll get that sorted. Okay, brilliant. I believe that's everything that we've been doing. Catch up on Theriac. Of course, I'm sure you're burning with questions. Do you have anything to ask us?
Well, I have some questions regarding this new exhibit that the new project that Lynn seems to be very excited about regarding merchandising.
Yes.
As far as opening reception, I haven't been able to keep track with a lot of the news as of late. Has that been going well? Is publicity... obviously, we have the attendance to support the facility, but is public word positive? Are there any...
Yes. No, absolutely.
I know that Beck had been a bit of a thorn in our side, but has everything else been going rather well?
Everything else is absolutely. It's been going swimmingly. We did have the minor setback, but that seemed it was kind of a no press is bad press situation where a lot more people found out about the park. It was kind of free advertising, and it wasn't the biggest story in the world since you answered the questions pretty wonderfully, I will be honest. But if you do see Beck again, feel free to give the same response, since they are essentially asking the same questions about these stupid hunting zones in the park.
I don't know where on earth she got that idea of hunting zones. There's no plans whatsoever in place of that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's just hearsay. We're a new park. We have a lot of people we are, Seminsil, you have, Seminsil's part of Hermoid Tech, and people love to hate big companies, and we are just a new big company, and people are trying to grab whatever they can, you understand? Yes, and you have that, and then there was another question that you had, I believe, with opening reception. Yes, that's all going wonderfully. And there was another one. What was your other question that you asked?
I am. Have there been any major updates as far as the specimens in attendance? Has there been any issues regarding the gardening staff or any of the botany houses that we've implanted?
No, it's been going absolutely wonderfully. This Vidar, this new AI, has been doing wonders. I purchased it, and I gave it to Lynn to mess around with, and we implemented it as you were gone. But it's truly been going swimmingly well. They've been sorting out all everyone's timetables, all that, so we can really focus on big pitch stuff. That was it. I do have another thing that I need to tell you. I apologize, I did forget about this. So, you have the final line on this, because it's a thing that I want to do, and I think that majority board is willing for, but Bassett, the creative types, they're always like this. Just to get some money rolling and have like a solid state of income, we've been reached out by the Heth Advertising Board, the Ulf Hefner Advertising Board, who wants to just have some minor adverts in the park. They won't be very intrusive, just the things that they have on every space station. It's only going to be in the gateway, so it's not going to be intrusive at all. Just 1-2 boards saying, join the Ulf Hefner. They can get us some form of safety. We can call upon them in case any big threats come, which, it's the modern day, so none of that will happen, but just in case. And we'll get a lot of money in return.
I know that we have a limited staff as regarding, if there are any animal outbreaks, which they're glorified security.
Glorified security, yes.
But should there be any serious occurrence, if there was, God forbid, some sort of attack or anything of the like, Yes, I think that would be something we should make.
Okay, wonderful. Yes, I'll tell them that it's all okay to advertise Heth things here, and that is wonderful. Now, boring stuff aside, are you all done? Are you have any more questions?
I did. On my way through the gateway, there was something regarding the these packs. Was it?
Yes.
Adventurers pack, explorers pack. Could you explain that? I think that was implemented while I was
It's a way for every hologram from the gateway and every pack that we come across is going. Every animal has very basic pieces of information: what it eats, what habitat it lives in. We thought what a wonderful thing we could do is have these walk-around experiences. You buy a slightly bigger pack. It could be for themed around one animal. It could be themed around all different animals. The basic normal pack comes with a little bit more information about every animal that you come across. However, the big adventurers pack comes with you can walk around. You can learn about all of the animals that exist. You can get a holographed companion, which can attach to your phone, and you can use it to summon it on your phone, which is from Sir Minsel, who implemented that from Hermoid Tech. And possibly most exciting, this is a thing which you can also buy in the gift shop, but it's included in the Adventurers Pack. You can get an AI personality for your ship that we thought was really exciting. So you can customize the animal. It tells you all the normal things that most ships' AIs do, but it really has that Wild Times brand on it, which is really what we're trying to sell. And it's of course, you don't need these things to get into the park. You can just get your normal ticket, or you can have it with Ship AI, Fast Pass, Animal Companion, all of these exciting new things that honestly have been quite big hits. People are really enjoying them.
Right. I would like to ask you, what sort of facility is this again?
What sort of facility is
Wild Times?
It's a zoo.
Incorrect. On the boards that we passed by, in the gateway, what did it read?
Right. A zoological exhibit.
No. It is a xenoecological, educational facility. Now, I don't need to explain to you that education is, of course, referring to the knowledge that we provide here at Wild Times, yes? So, why, pray tell, are we excluding so much of the information that is required to, in fact, teach the people here about the species, about the environments that they come from, about the environmental destruction that's happening, if there is no supplemental information for them? Why?
That is information.
That is the purpose of this.
Theriac, there is information. You can get the basic tickets come with basic information on all of the animals, and you can go to the actual exhibits, look at the walks and the tours and all of that. This is just extra incentive to help with some management things.
I do not understand why this information is not readily available in publicly accessible holographs. This should be available in plaques. We should be having, educators outside giving chats, like I had suggested in some of the meetings prior.
And we did. We took that information. The Adventurers Pack has talks. You can get a tour guide who will take you around. There are specific guides for these people that get the Adventurers and the Explorers packs.
That should be readily available for all of our visitors. I understand we've already sold some. That's fine. However, this is an educational xenoecological facility. Not a zoo, not a theme park. I understand that we have merchandise in order to and specific guided experiences to supplement our monetary expenditures and to feed the animals that house them and to pay our staff. I understand that. But we cannot forget that this is for the purpose of teaching people. Is that clear?
You're the boss. Fine. We'll have a talk. I'll speak with Bassett, and we'll get a dialogue going with this new thing. Okay?
I would like to reinstate. This is not the first time this has happened. I am willing to approach Mr. Wilde himself should this get out of hand again. Is that clear? He has put a lot of faith and trust into this venture.
Okay. Sure. You are the boss. Shall we go see this new merchandising idea that we have?
I would be glad to, yes.
Whilst this meeting is going on, what are the other rest of the? I will say 4 of you, because Scrap is there, looking like exceedingly bored. Like Scrap is so like twiddling his thumbs in like a fucking Hawaiian shirt, looking a bit like a Ace Ventura if Ace Ventura was a rat, on a chair. But what were the three you're doing?
I want to have a space coffee in my hand, speaking to the closest people I can find in suits and being like, so anyway, that's when I raised the stocks up to 15% and I said, buy, you know?
Oh yes, well I'm not a stocks person, but that does seem like a good thing that stocks people will do.
Oh yeah, we do it all the time.
Yes. You seem very accomplished. How old are you?
30.
They look so good for their age, don't they, Doreen? Aye, they do. They look very good for your age. I don't know why there's 2 grannies in this fucking...
Who the fuck works here?
Isn't she just the dog?
Isn't she just the most...
They work as secretaries, you know?
They work as secretaries, that's true. It's just the secretary is sitting down.
Their grandson is a big, important person in Wild Times, and they thought they wanted to be close to their grandson. So
yes,
they're married, obviously.
Of course, yeah. Yes, well, our grandson is really high up in a company. He's a good lad. He's you know, he's gonna be the owner of Wild Times one day, he told me. And hey, maybe you could put in a good word for him.
Sure, yeah, I got lots of people up top that I can rub elbows with. You got it. You should tell him to take a number, though, because that Dr. Theriac, God, running the place so good.
What a smart little bulb.
What a smart little bulb.
They've done all this. They've made the whole park all outside. I've seen the animals. Amazing.
Mm-hmm. And it's...
I forgot the original character voices I was doing. They're just old ladies now.
What a truly
I think one of them was slightly Irish.
educational facility.
Right. Zoological. Yes, exactly.
Business. That's all Skye's doing.
I want to walk around. I also want to get a space coffee, and then I want to look around this place. I know, because I've been in fancy offices before. And I want to see if Dr. Theriac has any accolades, like, hung up around. I want to see if I can find any, like, you know, just plaques or honorifics or things that
You do actually in a hallway, out of view of some of the other people with the offices are turned to the other way. There's like a picture. It has all of the board and Theriac in the center, looking very proud as there is there's a construction of wild times behind them, and there is this like translucent purple tentacled like lion type creature in front of Theriac, and Theriac has their hand on the lion in a very like it's a very peaceful like the little lion is sat looking at the camera, and the rest of the board is behind Theriac, all looking very proud, and it has a small plaque on the frame that says, "Moving Subject 1 into their new home. The first person to move into Wild Times."
Skye! Azhaam! Scrap! Come look! That's our doctor! Right there!
Oh,
Our
whoa,
doctor.
that's such a big picture. That's so important.
I know!
Good lord.
So is that what the mascot's based off of?
Oh, I guess
I guess so.
yeah, I guess it does kind of look like that. Can I get a picture?
Of the picture? Yeah.
But
Get it,
with all
get
of
it.
us, yes, of course.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
This is so exciting.
Yep. You know, they always said that the co-founder of Wild Times, but it doesn't really hit until we're here, does it?
Yeah, feels real.
We have been flying with royalty almost.
A very, very dedicated scientist, and
Or at least someone very rich.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that.
that's funny. I didn't get that impression. But no, just
That creature that Theriac's got their hand on, that I'm surprised. That looks like they'd be pretty vicious, you know? But they seem
does
pretty
look like
domestic.
that.
I don't know what Theriac's thing is, but isn't that like the point of here? Is weird animals that are like trained really well or something? Isn't that what Theriac's little shooters do? Little bolts or whatever they...
I don't think that's Dr. Theriac's message at all. I think it's educating people on the creatures that naturally exist in the world, and also maybe preserving nature and life so that it doesn't go out.
They also did say they're like a natural hacker or something. So I think they did
Biohacker.
mention that they do something. Biohacker. I think they did mention that they do something to make the animals less aggressive. But what better way to learn about animals that you wouldn't normally be able to get up close and personal with than the ability to get up close and personal with them?
Actually, right.
I mean,
When you're right, you're right.
EPUBs exist. You could just open up a document and read
That's
about
not
them.
the same.
Nah, it's not the same.
Quite frankly, that's not very accessible to me. I can't understand any of those papers for the life of me.
We have documentaries. You can watch them on your... Never mind, I'm just going to sit here.
Well, whoever they are, they make a damn good park. I wanna go on rides really bad.
Oh my gosh. Oh, we can actually go on the rides here. We were at a park and we couldn't.
Yeah, we couldn't
I
get
never
on the
really-
rides.
Never.
I mean, how long is Theriac going to be in this meeting? Do you think according to my experience app, the line for I'm trying to think of a ride name. The line for Raven and Roarin is
Nice.
only 5
Hell yeah.
minutes. And it's not too far from here.
Oh, well, should we go too far?
I mean, we could do, but then we have to catch the monorail back down though, because we're in Raven's Roost. So
Okay, well, it's a good
we have
thing
to
we
go
got a
back
week.
down and all that.
Yeah.
We do. We have a week.
Why don't you all have some fun if you want to? I'll wait here for Theriac. It's fine.
Nah, I don't want to get split up. I don't want to split up.
I don't.
Things happen whenever we split up. Don't want to do
Yeah,
it.
I'd rather not.
We're at a park. We're not in the midst of a look at the grannies. Trouble. It's just a little park.
I don't know.
What's the worst that could happen?
What's his face acted real weird when I was like, have you guys accepted money from
the void, so I don't want to take any chances with that.
Skye, you're a teenager asking a board member if they've accepted like drug money. Essentially, I think it was a fair thing.
Yeah,
They were suspect.
and no is one syllable and could have ended the conversation.
Here's the thing
is all
about
I'm
people
saying.
like that. You know what I mean? They're always considering bottom lines. They're always thinking what's the right answer, not what the actual answer is. I mean, so I asked, is this place for profit? You know what they said? The charity's non-profit. You see what they did?
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, this
Exactly.
place is an absolute fucking nightmare and is dreadful, and literally every single piece of it is sucking the money out of people that work really hard for it. Hi there, employee. You can keep going. But Theriac is surrounded by yes men and bloodsuckers. But I do believe in Theriac. We haven't known him for very long, but they seem like a good person to me.
What's a bloodsucker?
They
Wouldn't that hurt?
have the right
Yeah.
thing in mind here, and it seems like the charity effort is actually quite noble. They're not just conserving life here on this planet, but other planets too.
And also,
which is
That's true. Something tells me it's probably for tax reasons, but that's how most companies work. Who knows? If Theriac set this up, then maybe it's
and
just
also
fine.
this place probably makes
Exactly.
like 3 times as much money as any non-for-profit. So is it really non-for-profit if they're making 3 times the profit?
well, I don't know what they're.
Plus, you can excuse spending money as a non-for-profit if you're like, well, it's for bonus of, So you could get away with, like, buying a house owned by a non-for-profit if you really want to.
Everyone, Theriac's not even here right now.
I'm not.
But we
I reckon I've already had this
No,
conversation.
I think Theriac's great.
It's what I'm trying to say is, it's a park. Go have fun.
And we will. Soon as Theriac comes back and we can all go together.
Hey, but real quick, just small thing. Ike, you taking the picture is like the cutest thing. I kind of want the picture. Do you think we can lift this? It's not big.
Scrap, this is Theriac's place of business. We are not going to do anything to dishonor their
You're right.
role here.
Where?
You know,
where is
When you're right, you're right. Theriac, like, now, as that final thing, the doors open, which is, like, just down the hall, and then Theriac
I said-
comes into the general area. Go on.
I said to Scrap as Theriac walks toward us. Just ask Theriac if they have a copy. You can have one for your ship. It'll just be a copy. It's fine.
What's that?
We found this great picture of you.
Hey.
Okay, everyone's talking at the same time. One moment, please. Theriac, we think you look very cute in that photograph. We'd like a copy if possible for Scrap. Yeah. Second,
patchwork.
we can't... Yeah, for Scrap's ship, the Patchwork, where I'm sure it will end up in a common area. Also, we want...
Yeah.
Some of us want to go have fun. And we were waiting for you so we could all do it together. That covers it, I believe.
I mean, I kind of
Yeah,
like this
right.
picture of the picture I got because it's got all of us in it.
Right.
Like a weird
That's
family
true.
photo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you already. Oh. Very good.
Well, we should take as many pictures as we can, because
No.
Theriac's not coming with us.
What?
Right.
Right, but you can... I know you're not coming back to the Patchwork with us, but you can spend some time with us.
I am going back to work.
Oh,
Okay.
so
I can guide you around the facility, but that won't be any rides.
there's a lot.
But if you all want to ride the rides, then
Well,
you're more than welcome to do
How
so.
about you show us your laboratory first, and then we'll get the rides on our own time. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. All right. Well,
A little
come with me.
Theriac, as you have this little conversation, a little chihuahua-looking humanoid in this purple little waistcoat, like, kind of sidles up. Hello,
Yes.
everyone. Theriac's friends. I'm not gonna bother you. Feel free to keep talking, but if you want a tour of the...
No, everyone... Lynn, this is members of the Patchwork crew. This is Tulin Madolin. This is my lab assistant. And
Pleasure doing business with you.
Ah, and with you too, my fair maiden.
Hi, Lynn.
Fair maiden?
I'll take it.
Vomit.
No.
Gang? I don't know where that came from. I just did the voice, and it just came out.
It's the voice. Absolutely.
You have to remember, all Azhaam was going to say is that he doesn't understand that because trade language is a language he speaks, but it's not his first language.
Not the
and
first
why would
language.
anyone translate fair maiden into Ifrit?
It's like how said
So what the fuck does that mean?
Hot babe, but like hundreds of years ago.
Hundreds of... But
Well, it's more...
So,
I
a
didn't
dead
mean
woman.
anything by it. It's just like Anyway, I don't want to get into it.
Skye a dead woman. She's not hundreds of years old.
I feel like we can explain this to you later.
There's a... So, we have a new... I understand that you all want to go through the labs, which is a very exclusive tour. Only adventurers... only adventurer packs get through, but we'll have the VIP tour, of course, where we can just walk in because Theriac and myself run the science wing, and we have a very exciting little thing to show you, Theriac, which we will do. We'll do with everyone.
Very excited. You've been doing, from what I hear, you've been doing very hard work maintaining the laboratory and all the other expenditures for for maintaining the specimens and doing routine cleaning and hygienic procedures.
Yep, absolutely. I've been doing everything that you've taught me, and we, and now I've taken on the mantle as you went off gallivanting. So don't you worry, everything has been in very safe hands.
Can I do a sense motive check? I want to... This person is giving me... I may not be happy about my lot in life vibes, and I just want to make sure I'm correct. Or
Yeah, sure. Give that roll of sense motive.
Well, it's already a 24, but let's roll that expertise die and see what happens. 26.
They are happy with what they've gotten. But they are happy being in charge. They are the top of their thing. They're like, you can sense that Lynn does like Theriac as they see Theriac as a mentor, but now it's a mentor who they're like feeling like kind of outgrowing and can, do things on my own.
I'm not doing any of this Game of Thrones Littlefinger shit. Not today.
Not today, but we can start our little...
Later.
Yeah.
Right. Would we like to go to the science facility?
Oh, yes, please.
Okay, let's get her going.
Wait, hold on. You have a fanny pack?
I do.
Good. Let's go.
Okay. Doopy-doopy-doo. You leave Raven's Roost fully. You go down, you walk back through the little mall section, and you get on the monorail, and the monorail takes you back to the entrance, and you kind of take like a few side streets. Lynn like swipes their card on a few doors that need it, and you walk through, and you walk underground, and you keep going, and things get more sterile. The colors go, the leaves are no longer present. As you get to a door, the small glass plane that I think only Azhaam can see over, and they turn to you. Well, so this is the behind the scenes. This isn't anything that the public could go to, just us. This is how our scientists get in and out. This facility opens the door to a huge area. It's massive. There are cages lining all the walls, and there are tens and tens and tens of scientists who are tending to these creatures. Some of them are let out and are playing in a big recreational area, but there are also a series of minor guards that all have the little injector that Theriac has, who are standing and just watching things go as scientists jot things down. There is a large this very heavy atmosphere of pseudo tension and scientific learning as people are jotting things down on pieces of paper, but also a lot of these animals that you can see is as soon as you look out, these are not the animals that are free to be on top. They are spikier, more aggressive. Some of them are lunging slightly at scientists as they back up, and they kind of talk them down, and they have food and are writing more things down on paper. A lot of the ones that are playing in this recreational zones seem to be extremely well trained. There are scientists with little clickers that as they click, that these little creatures run around. Everything from birds to big bear-like creatures to tiny little squirrels that seem to be entirely made up of these knife spikes are all present and all running around. Well, this is the facility. It runs almost the entire way through the park. We have certain chambers for when animals need to come in for veterinary services. They get brought from their specific area on top to a little recreational area where we can study them. Of course, this is also the training area for the new creatures that we have in the park, or planning on putting in the park. So some of these are a little dangerous, so maybe don't go too near any creatures. The cages are a lot of animals that are no longer conscious because we just knocked them out and we put them in cages, and all of them are sizable for each individual creature. They're just being prepped for us to do some biohacking on it. But I'm sure Theriac can walk you through. Theriac, would you like to explain what we do here?
Surely. So biohacking sounds like a very intense sort of process, and it's really not. Basically what we're doing is we are going into we are providing an injection to an individual specimen that has a chemical formula that will modify the alleles within any given organism's genetic sequencing, specifically targeting behaviors and for some of them certain features that may be more aggressive, so that they can reside in a facility like this without being constantly on the verge of an attack or experiencing a high level of stress besides what they might experience in their natural habitat. We, of course, are trying to emulate the natural habitats that they exist in already, but understanding that these are much smaller spaces than some of the territories that they might experience in their natural abodes, we want to make sure that they are properly compensated for this captive experience that they are going through. If you look up, yes,
Hey,
Skye.
I got a loaded question. So when we were hanging out on top of the patchwork, and you were like, "It's my religious belief that all people have to have."
I asked that all personal questions be put until.
It's not a personal question. I have a point. You said that all people have to have like solids and gases and airs and blah 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 blah. Do you take out specifically like one of those from the animals, or? Because I was thinking it's like, oh, like the solid part of me is like stubborn and like opinionated and stuff, and like the airy part is like more flowy and stuff. So like, if one of the animals had those, which part did you take out?
Skye, that is a metaphor. That's not literal.
Wait, hold on. I gotta ask, is the kind of like the zodiac of this world based upon the 4 states of matter?
That's an interesting thing. I don't think it's exclusively based on that, but there are certain people that probably follow some form of something like that. I would think that almost each planet has like kind of a different zodiac, considering that they like, you know, that's the positioning of the stars and all the constellations and things, and then and that is like enrooted itself so much in culture that when eventually those people went to the stars, they spread that, and it's like, oh well, Idunian's zodiac is this stuff, and well, like Saga's zodiac is this, and things like that. But there might be like some people who, you know, I'm way more of a gas.
What's your state?
What's your state?
Right? That's a cool part of this world. I want that.
I do have a question.
No, it's interesting, yeah.
If it's okay.
Yes, Ike?
So, you alter these creatures, most of them to take out behaviors that are more aggressive and potentially dangerous. Do you ever...
We're not... I would like to clarify. We are not removing these behaviors. We are reducing the likelihood that these...
You're inhibiting
right.
them.
So...
It is an inhibitor.
Can you do the opposite? Do you ever?
So like, if a creature is super cuddly, you can like amp up the cuddliness?
I mean, it's entirely theoretical, but...
Yes, that I would suppose that would be a booster rather than an inhibitor, but...
But hold on,
sure.
hold on. Is it really accurate education, so to speak, if people observe these creatures in a concealed habitat where they've been inhibited to be less like their natural selves? Is that accurate education, or is that, you know, a sacrifice needs to be made?
Well,
I'm shutting up.
I apologize, Theriac. You're very welcome to take this, but the way I see it is we are offering people the chance to get up close and personal and really study these creatures, whilst telling them in their normal habitat these will be very dangerous things. These are creatures that I would never be able to look at these creatures in their natural habitat. A lot of these would eat me entirely alive. We have almost entire living islands which are walking around up top. Those are some of the most dangerous things that a lot of people don't see, and we are giving them the chance to learn physically next to these things. It's all well and good picking up a documentary or just trying to learn these things in school. It's an entirely different experience being up close and seeing how the tendrils move and what the acid that's in them like smells like. What is their breath inhabit? Is it a carnivorous thing? Yeah, I could watch it eat something, but smelling it, you could learn its diet. You can learn what is the acid that pours from the tongue of this creature, the same acid that helps this other creature get up in the air with its little jet stream. Although it isn't entirely the same, the point of here is education, and a lot of people like it. This, you know, getting up close and personal. I'm not gonna put a child next to something that could spit acid in his face. Instead, we make sure it can't spit acid, and it wants to be, you know, it doesn't view the child as something aggressive.
Couldn't you use animatronics and scent manufacturing capability to simulate That's it, right? Simulate this experience instead of, actually using real creatures.
We had discussed at an earlier point of development using animatronics, but the ideas behind what the animatronics were for were, I believe, very antithetical to the purpose of the park. The purpose of this park is to show the populace what these things are. Most of these creatures that you are seeing, both here behind the scenes as well as out in the grounds, are lots of them. Many people don't even know they exist. They've never seen them before. These are real, actual living creatures. And not only that, they are ambassadors to the species that are actually threatened beyond the hub that we've built here at Wild Times. They're more out there, further in the jungle. They're more in the ocean, just beyond the beach, not far from the hotel. As well as other species that we've brought in from other planets from the Asia system. So the idea of an animatronic to, act on loop and give a very a sterilized sort of, quite literally manufactured experience is against the ethos of Wild Times itself. And we pride ourselves on making sure that people have the chance to witness these real species without fear of bodily threat.
Could you argue that, by biohacking them, you're in a sense making biologically manufacturing their behavior to some extent? Actually, you know what? This is probably good for like a coffee conversation later on. Actually, Theriac, can I hold you back for a split moment?
I believe we have some more of the tour to get through.
Please.
Which of these animals can I touch?
Well, I could take the three of you to go see some of some other things that we have made. Theriac, are you okay?
We'll be right back.
I can discuss with Azhaam.
Okay, wonderful.
Yes.
Great. Sure. Come with me, you three.
Which of these animals can I touch?
I'll be with you soon.
Sorry about all that. With all this lab equipment, I have to ask, do you intend to do anything with, Crystal here?
Well, so regarding that, I'm hoping to take it to the lab and do some more analytical observations with higher tech than I have in my personal laboratory that I bring with me. But as far as biohacking it, I'm not even sure that's necessarily even possible. I mean, we're talking about a crystal, right? We're not even sure if there's organic matter to speak of, though there seems to be signs of a biome, or that this is an organism of some kind.
I have a lot of cultural knowledge, I'll admit. This crystal is beyond my ken. What I'm asking is, what do you need to make that possible for you? Do you want me to... Would you need us to come back after dark? Or whatever the equivalent on this planet is? Do you want us to wait until everyone is gone? Right now, Ike has a crystal, and I'm assuming we want to reduce the amount of people interacting and or knowing about it as possible. That's why I held you back. I am sorry about that.
I understand that you have a lot of questions and you want to make sure that this is going well, but just make sure that the crystal is in my hands before you all go off and go towards the rides and amusement park.
Not gonna lie, I'm a bit too old for rides.
I'm not certain you would be allowed within the deeper areas of the laboratory, where where my office is primarily set up. This is a very publicly accessible, walkable area.
Yeah, I can find other things to do. I just want to know how I can help you beyond just handing you a crystal and walking away.
Just try not to be too auspicious, and I think that would be of great benefits.
To stop asking inane questions about biohacking?
That would be a help.
Alright, that's fine. Might as well join the others, come on.
And we move back to Scrap, Ike, Skye, and Lynn. Lynn is showing you, I've like taken you into another like slightly smaller holding area, but the animals here are just like freely moving about. Yeah, so these guys are ready to we early on in like my career, after I started getting more of the responsibility from Theriac, I tried to see what I could do when it came to biohacking and how far I could push it. I didn't get very far. Theriac's far greater than I am at this. But these are some of the things that I have managed to biohack. This is one of my slightly less successful experiments when it comes to advanced biohacking. There's a tiny little raccoon with a broom in its hand, who just walks around and is like, as Lynn points them out, they turn to you and go, "I'm just a little guy," and then keeps on sweeping as they're just like, "I'm just a little guy." Yeah, sorry. Yeah, all he does is sweep and say, "I'm just a little guy." So I kind of messed it up. I tried to give him, like, I was wondering if we could make it so that some of the animals like become staff members. That's about as far as I got.
Hey, I think that's remarkable. That animal's talking.
Not really. He keeps moving into that, sweeping that one patch for about 2 weeks now. He's really not very good at either sweeping or talking.
Could you just scoot him? Could you scoot him along? Like, just...
I could, but then I would be cleaning up. Like a Roomba on very low battery. I guess I could.
I get
just
scooting the raccoon around the building.
I'm just a little guy.
Oh, you're doing great. You're doing so well.
Oh, yeah, that's sort of mine. Oh, hey, and then the two of you approach.
Hello. Oh, these are yours.
Yeah. This is my. These are mine. Some of them are ready to go up and be full exhibits. It's quite exciting.
This place is so dope.
Very good.
This place is so dope.
It's very cool.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Where did the broom come from?
Oh, that guy? Yeah. That's just a spare broom that we gave him. We couldn't give them like a normal one, so we just like this one did it. Like we needed a bunch of new stuff, so we just cut the broom in half and gave him like the bottom half of the broom. He seems to like it though. Doesn't really have opposable thumbs. Is still very much a raccoon, just a normal Earth-based raccoon. Just a little guy.
Was the capability of speech unlocked via the... Never mind.
It's done with Feed and I have been working very closely with... Feed, yeah, with things that we could do with the park, and she has she's an android, so she has, a voice box which is manufactured. I thought that I could put a voice box in an animal. Maybe it could give some of its cognitive thought. I might have biohacked too much.
Lynn. No. This is an animal. Not a toy. You can find those at the gift shop.
but it could have been more. There's a point when, what if you could talk to the animals and they could give you information back to you?
Lynn? No. This is not a toy. This is an organism.
We should be showing you over to the new exhibit we have, or the new merchandising idea.
Yes, Skye?
I don't mean to have an opinion or weigh in on this by any means, but I mean, hypothetically, what if an animal could be like, "Rrr, rrr, rrr, I don't like this food, you need to be giving me space bamboo," or something, and you could better care for the animals if they were able to communicate their needs directly to you.
See, that's what the point is people could learn by observation, but imagine learning by first hand.
Here. I will not. No more questions until we get to the next area. We'll lead them.
You all walk off. Alright, the merchandising idea isn't here, but it's just a little way on. We can take one of the cars. And then gets in a little car. You all hop in. Drives off, goes upstairs and back into like the open area of Wild Times, the actual area of Wild Times, and goes to an area that, as the park is like stripped away, it seems the park starts getting stripped away as you go more into the wilderness. The trees start coming back in big ways. Everything seems like a bit more wild. You have to go on a dirt road. Lynn turns off. So this is a little further away. It's a thing that we need a big open area for some of the subjects, and then we need a more it's an area where we are more free to experiment with this new thing, because it's still an idea that we're batting around. There's still some kinks that we need to work out of it, but here we go. It's here. The car drives up and stops. There is this large dome that stops at it's a dome that drops off like half a sphere that's in the ground. This shimmering blue shield over one half of it, and on the inside you can see that there is computers and a desk, and outside are these animals that are getting led to in front of this this dome. They're getting led to like the front of the break of the semicircle. Yeah, so commented, it's probably better to show you what we're doing and what we're planning on doing. They walk in. There's a few scientists. There's like two people who are working at the desk. They're like, "Hey guys, yeah, y'all gonna take 5. We're just gonna show Theriac and friends the new thing that we have. So, these animals are beautiful that we have here on Idun. They are cool and creative, and they are exciting to be around. But there are 2 main problems. For us, sometimes we need things we need to be a little more up close to them to see what's wrong with them. Maybe they have an ailment that we don't quite understand. Maybe they're too small to properly view. And the other thing is merchandising. These things are great, but they're too big, and you can't really take them home. There is this large lizard which is hanging out in front of this half dome. So, what we've done is they click a button, and this small laser shoots out, and then the animal shrinks in front of you all to tiny size, like palm size, from this hulking 6-foot lizard creature down to this itty-bitty little palm-sized one. You can take the animals home with you to watch and look and experiment with, and that is, that's such. It was such a great thing for that we all thought of together, because what is better than being able to take the wonder of wild times home. And if it if we need to maybe do surgery on a creature, or if we need to learn more about a thing but it's just too small, we can do this. They turn a knob and they push another button, and the creature grows back and grows past the 6 foot that it was before, all the way to like this large 12-foot beast. We can get up closer and we can figure it out. We can yes, young lady.
What's stopping you guys from having a really terrible kaiju fight situation by mistake?
Well, this machine only works with one of the board so far, so Theriac can also work it, and as can the board, and it stops after a certain height, because animals that are not used to, their bodies aren't used to the size and the gravitational weight. After a certain point, they die. And there's also creatures that are too big that we can't make grow small.
I'm sorry. Did you say people can bring them home to do experiments on?
Not experiments, no. But it's like if we, one of the board, one of the higher up scientists, needed to experiment on a thing, experiment on a creature, but it's too dangerous to take with them, just them on their own, then of course we can supply that. But these things are just meant just to take home and have as a pet. Have it on your desk. It'll be have it on a ship. You can have a ship's pet. It doesn't need to eat as much.
Speaking of food, I feel like I am hungry. Let's stop bothering nice Dr. Theriac and our friend Lynn, and then go get something to eat. Yeah, everyone?
Everyone say thank you to Dr. Lynn for the demonstration.
Dr. Lynn.
Thank you.
It's an honor.
Just around the corner, you'll find some Blitzburgers.
Oh, hell yeah.
You wanted one of those, Skye.
Yeah, dope.
Oh, hold. Do you mind if I borrow your pack? We left Theriac's things in there. We might as well give it to him now.
Oh,
Yes, I will take your pack.
right now?
Yes, please. Don't worry, you'll get it back.
All right. Okay. She'll take it off and give it directly to Theriac.
Right on. Those
All right.
burgers aren't going to eat themselves, are they?
What about milkshakes? I've always wanted to have a milkshake before.
Yes, go. Enjoy your milkshakes. As soon as they leave. What on
cultivators' green gardens is this?
We are doing what?
You are trying to merchandise the organisms, the specimens?
Is that not what you... Is that not what you were doing?
Look at the realize park. That you are running... You are running an I would like to remind you, an illegal pet trade. That is what this is. Do not get your lines mixed up, Lynn. You are taking these organisms and you are selling them to the public. What part of that upholds the tenet of conservation around, throughout the Asia system? Explain that to me. What part of selling organisms is part of conservation?
This is so we can help improve conservation efforts. We can have a slug grow 50 times its size and understand how it works. To understand how it works.
Why do they need to do that? That is for the purposes of our research facility and for our veterinary clinics so that we can better treat the animals here. There is no reason this should be in the hands of the public.
It's not in the hands of the public, but the creatures...
You are selling these creatures made by these devices
like
to
people
the
have dogs, people have cats.
You don't think that there is a way to...
It's...
These are not dogs! These are not cats! These are wild beasts.
Not after you've dealt with them. Then they're passive. They don't know how to think anymore. They're nothing. You put things in their head and then you stop them understanding what we've had carnivorous we've had carnivorous creatures here after your experiments not being able to eat meat. Their teeth start to wind down.
I have told you of the risks of biohacking. That was explicitly stated when you took this line of work.
This is a thing. Biohacking, as we know it, is basically it's a thing that you have made. And Theriac, you are a genius beyond things that any of us know. But you are so stringent on the rules and your religious beliefs that you haven't experimented. You haven't seen how far we can take this. We can take it so much further.
I know where I want to take this. I have my own plans in place, Lynn.
Well, it's a good thing you're not the only owner.
It's not.
There's a board. We agreed on this collectively. We got sign-off from the Asia board because they are no longer violent. These creatures on Idun, which was essentially completely uninhabited before we started doing this.
Inhabited by wild creatures. Do you understand that the point of wild times was to signal to everyone that the conservation of natural spaces like the one we had on Idun before all of the development happened was for the purpose of conserving that area. That's the point, is to educate people about the risks that these creatures are going through.
Well, then we don't sell. We don't.
What?
We don't.
Why do you want to sell?
To make money.
Why?
To keep this park going. This park doesn't work on just belief and hope. It works on funding.
No! It works on food and water and shelter like every other organism does. Lynn, you have to understand, this is against the very foundation of wild times.
Sometimes foundations need to change for something to grow. Do you ever think that your foundations just don't fit anymore?
I do. And my projects I will be working on will do just that. I can't reveal it to you yet. It's still in the process of being developed. But I promise you, it will be better than trying to sell animals, wild animals.
They are not wild anymore.
They are wild creatures. Us taking away the dangerous aspects of them, of those behaviors. That's what it started out as. It was just the behaviors that were dangerous. Don't think I haven't seen some of the other specimens that have been on display with the knife squirrel. I saw that, and it went from a standard blade to rounded edges like a butter knife. That they use that feature to crack open their food sources. You are actively This is. I think, perhaps, maybe we should do a little bit of restructuring as far as what we've been doing.
I think maybe all of us need to talk. Reconvene with the board of people who run the park.
Is it the board? Because the board is only interested in money. I know this about them. That's all they've been gunning for since we have begun this project.
Well, that's how we can that's how we started the project. That's how we do it. We continue to
I started the project with an idea. And with
Theriac, how was that idea funded?
That were available to
You came here to work for Wild Times when it was just a series of resorts. Your job when you came here was just to kill some animals, and you ended up biohacking them and then making money off them. I don't know how this is any different. I'm also making money off the animals just like you were. That's just like you still are.
It's not about money. There's a greater purpose beyond just money. I intend to make this place as perfect as I can. And I'm not going to let some grubby little executives stick their oily fingers in my project like this. I won't. We are not doing this. This is equipment only meant for the veterinarian clinic. And merchandising needs to calm.
We'll stop the merchandising and the expansions for now. We will have a conversation about what the plan is. We have other sources of money coming in and things that we can use for now.
I have conceded so many times for this project. When will you all concede to me?
I think we need to have a meeting. Another one.
I'm going to go back to my lab. Do some work. If you wish to continue showing other members of the patchwork around, you're more than welcome. Please let them know that I will be in my lab, working, and that I will meet them wherever they end up going.
Okay. I will do that. You have a nice time back at the lab. I will see you tomorrow.
All right. Thank you.
Lynn leaves sheepishly. The two scientists that were at the desk left a while ago. They bounced as soon as everything started getting heated.
Theriac is going to go over to the machine and turn the lizard and what was the other thing?
It was just the lizard.
The lizard. Gonna turn the lizard back to its normal size.
It shrinks. It's still in a like a containment bubble, but is its normal size now.
All right. They still don't understand. They still don't get it. We'll pull open the little fanny pack. The crystal's in there.
Yep.
All right. Let's go get you looked at. We'll go to the lab.
Nice. The rest of you, is there anything that you would like to do?
One burger, please.
You are all you all go down the like side alley. You're driven by just one of the members of staff, and they get you to just a little chain restaurant eatery.
Well, the vibes in there were certainly interesting, weren't they?
I mean, I guess it felt a little tense, but well, it seemed fine up until, well, I guess right before we left.
Yeah.
Did Theriac ask you to do that?
Yes, I asked them how I could best help them with their answers for the crystal. I said, just before you go, make sure I have it in my hands. So?
Maybe working on the crystal will cheer Theriac up a bit.
Yeah, of course. I'm sure they're perfectly fine right now.
Well, they seemed a little upset.
Well,
it's a difficult thing knowing that something you created has changed.
Right.
Give him time to come to terms with it. And after a bit, they'll decide how they want to feel and what they want to do in the future.
Well, I think that Theriac knows quite well what they wanted from this place. It just seems like it's not quite what I imagined, just based on what they've said. So, I'm sure that that's a little upsetting. And
well, yeah, of course it is, but scope changes as time goes on. Nothing stays exactly the way you want it. And I think Theriac is learning that right now, coming to terms with it. And whether they argue change it back or, try to reconcile with what's changed, that's a future thing. And it's not something we can decide for.
No, that is not at all what I would want to do. I just...
You hope we're okay?
I am actually feeling a little worried about them. But also, that's all. Yeah.
You think there's anything we can do? Could write like a really bad review.
I don't think that would help them. Their names attached to this place.
It's true, but I could be really specific, like, too much advertising, didn't learn enough.
Everyone but Dr. Theriac was trash. That would be kind of fun, actually. I don't know. I mean, they did say they'd be along after us, right? So we can just ask them what they...
Well, Theriac's got a lot of work to get done. They told me that we should have fun while we're here, while they get work done.
Oh.
There's a clattering as Scrap puts a tray down with like a bunch of burgers and meals for everyone. This place is fucking expensive.
Scrap, you can eat all that.
So, this is for everyone. I ordered food for all the table.
Scrap.
Oh, that's nice.
That's very nice.
Yeah, I'm not gonna eat the whole thing. So how is everyone doing? Sorry, I cut you off. I noticed you were about to say something.
No, I'm good.
Just a little awkward now, I think.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad for him.
Hey, everyone. Let's wait until next time we hear from Theriac before we jump to any more conclusions. And yeah, I'm worried too, but they'll confront it when they're ready to. They'll talk to us then. Until then,
Yeah.
we've got burgers.
They're like the smartest person I've ever met, and I'm a people person. I meet loads of people, and Theriac is like the smartest one of like all of them.
Meet a lot of people at the junkyard.
Next, I didn't live my whole life in a junkyard. I've met people.
Like who? I'm curious.
I was quite the socialite when I was younger, I'll have you know.
I can
we have a
imagine that. I bet you'd look great in a suit.
Yes, I did. Before my metal me.
No, even now.
I look better now in this. Look at this. You don't like my look? It's got a nice flowery shirt and
I'm
everything.
just curious. Were you a spy? Were you a secret agent? Were you a company man?
Definitely wasn't a company man. My fingers are in every pie. I had so many pies with my fingers in. I've done all sorts.
Oh, were you a chef?
I have been. Not a good one. Pod wash.
Can I text Theriac? Gonna say, whoa, that was pretty gnarly. I'm here if you need me for anything. I think Wild Times is dope. Delete that. Here if you need me, period. Send.
Theriac, you get a on your phone.
I think just as they're opening the door to their lab. Skye. Semicolon. I appreciate the sentiment. I am managing okay. I am currently in the midst of conducting some research. I will convene with you and the rest of the crew of the Patchwork when I am done. Please enjoy yourselves while you're here. I would hate to be impeding you from having a good time here at the facility. Best regards, Theriac. Send.
Guess I'm real sad that Theriac probably isn't gonna hang out with us anymore. That's really bumming me out, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know, I guess I just thought that it's like, they'd hang out with us. I don't know, they just seem real anxious to get back to work and to never talk to us again.
We have one day in the hotel, and then we're gonna stay with him. So, we're gonna see a lot of him.
Yeah, we got a whole week here.
More importantly, like I said, they probably just need time before we're ready to interact with us. Time to figure out exactly what's going on. Give them time.
We're just...
I know. I trust me, I know. But there's no sense worrying about it too much now.
This is kind of, what this life is like. You pick people up, they stay with you for a little bit, and then they leave. Doesn't mean Theriac's gonna mean any less. It's why I wanted that picture.
That's not what just happened. Right?
They seem like a very busy person. They still like us enough, but this was their whole point. This is why they wanted to get back, is to get back to this.
This is who they are.
Listen, Scrap. I get it. I know that. I'm so used to people coming and going, and I'm never given this shit when they've gone. That's why I'm freaking out. Because I care. I care that Theriac, the dude we've been hanging out with for so long, is talking to me like a business intern.
They talk to everyone like a business intern.
I know, but suddenly I care.
They
whether
do.
like
That's
me.
just how they text, actually. But
May I, for a split second? Theriac is defaulting to this business-like exterior because that's the safe place. We all have one, right? We default to something when we feel threatened. Theriac is feeling threatened right now. I know it doesn't matter by the fact
by what?
their company has changed underneath their roots, okay?
Well,
circumstances change dramatically. You get defensive. Theriac is getting defensive. So yes, treating you like an intern, telling me to shut up, it's normal.
Well, I didn't tell you to shut up.
Well, you weren't there for the entire conversation. To be fair, I did offer. It doesn't matter. My point is, this disconnection is not real. It's not really Theriac.
You've had better pep talks, my dude.
I think everybody hypothesizing about what...
So give them time. Why is that so hard?
Alright, what are we gonna do in the meantime?
I point to a world of rides.
We have a plate full of burgers, table full of burgers, rides outside. Skye, if you're that anxious, just ask Theriac.
Mm-hmm.
Ask them if they like you.
Well, no, because that's the last thing you want to do when you think somebody doesn't like you, is if you ask them if they like you, they're definitely not going to
Theriac
like you,
does
you know?
like
Who
you.
knows?
Otherwise...
Dr. Theriac is very kind and likes all of us very much. That I do not have any...
Skye, Theriac and I, we worked together to get you out of that facility. On the ship, the Heth ship. Theriac did so much. They came up with so many ideas. They were willing to sacrifice a lot of things to get the three of you out.
They went with me to school even though they very much didn't want to, because it was very, very inconvenient and very, very risky and very, very scary. And they did it anyway because I was scared. So, there's no reason for all of this.
No reason to panic. Let's just enjoy our trip. Let's have our one day in a hotel. Hopefully, there's a hot tub. And tomorrow, we'll go hang out with Theriac a little bit more. We'll spend some time in the house. See what Theriac gets to behind closed doors. Have a good bit of fun. Everything will be fine. Promise. Or my name isn't... It's tacky. I'm not going to do that.
Cheers.
Cheers.
These are all
Yeah,
souvenir
absolutely.
cups,
Yeah.
you don't know.
As they all cheers, we're gonna move on back over to Theriac.
Why did you pay extra for this?
Theriac, what are we up to?
Theriac just sent off the text to Skye and has entered their lab, which is sort of a combination of a veterinary clinic, a greenhouse, like an archive room. It's this very mishmash sort of place. And the lights are low. Primarily just the lights over the plants, since there's no direct sunlight anywhere. So they've installed UV lights directly over the plants that they do have in their lab. And Lynn has been taking care of them while they're away. And goes towards this like draft table, where before they had left, they were working on some ideas for future exhibitions and possibly other parks in the future. They just throw that to the side, just toss it off the table, and they will pull out a bunch of different pages from both the scientific textbooks that they had with them, and a few other pages that they've copied from the almanac. And I've put them up. Some of them are like text, a few of them are illustrations. And then we'll pull out the crystal and look at it. All right. You and I have some convening to do. And we'll go over towards this sort of like big science-y looking machine. And we'll put it like in between like two like sort of like anti-grav sort of like thingies.
Holders.
Yeah, and we'll just put it in the middle, and then it'll just like float in place. As there's like a big, like almost like light scan across it, and kind of like makes like a little matrix, trying to like determine the composition of it, and then we'll go back towards the library and pull out some more books. And begins to devise a blueprint. It's not for a it's not necessarily for an exhibit, but it's a lot of scrapped ideas. Like a lot of documents are being like put in the recycling bin of like, I want to make a specific location for worship. No, that's terrible. It's gonna be some evangelical looking. That's not it. Incorporating 4 elements into exhibits? Possibly. It's a little kitschy. It could. And then we'll look to one of the documents from the almanac of the cultivator. And the cultivator appears to be this almost like arthropod humanoid looking person with this with like this multi-tool that's like a spade and a rake and a watering can and a bunch of different gardening tools. And then we'll like look at that and then look back down at the board. And then look at it again. Grabs it. Looks it over. Kind of like it's like running their like fingers
across like the contour of the cultivator. Could I? Puts it down immediately and will start scribbling furiously. While the lights are down.
As you are scribbling furiously this new idea that has hit you, you hear a small bump and a like of paper moving. You FHA walk around and you see from the door that you came in is a small note that's been pushed under the door. It's on paper and scribbled with pencil.
What does
It
say?
says, "The board cannot be trusted. I need to meet you at," and it gives you a place which you would know is next to where this merchandising experiment has happened. Is taking place, and it says "Bring arms."
Is there a time?
Yes, there is a time. Sorry, yeah.
Okay, just checking. Theriac will look this over. What time is it? Like, how long has it been?
You have been in your lab for about 2 hours now, and this note is for in 45 minutes.
Just got started. And will quickly put away all of the notes that they had been accumulating back into their briefcase. Will check the machine. Has the machine found anything diagnostically?
The machine has. Could you roll me a... let's do a... You can do a physical or a life science, and you can do it with advantage.
Yay! All right, give me 1 second. Life science or physical science, you say?
Or physical, you can choose.
Okay, I'll do life science. Ooh, baby. How is a 32?
Oh, 32 is exceedingly good, pal. You just needed a bigger lab. Just something slightly more high-tech than your tiny little hand experiments. Because with this, you punched in all the information you already knew onto this machine, so it didn't scan for any of those. And a thing that comes up is the three numbers that came up before, which this new machine clocks as not just 3 numbers, but 3 numbers in a sequence of 9. And because the machine is just slightly more advanced, a title comes up above it that says coordinates with a little question mark. Next to the second series of 3 numbers, which are all question marks at the minute since they're not sure what they are, is a line and a scan that says it is 100% complete and points you to the Vanir system. Is a different system outside of this solar system. It's a few away, it's quite far, but it points you toward a specific planet in the Vanir system. and there is a little note with something is here, as the computer is trying to figure out what is there.
I knew I just needed a little bit more. And we'll take the crystal, go into the computer, wipe the data. We'll stuff the crystal back in the fanny pack. It's going to run to meet with everybody else to get them towards this secret meeting.
You all are sat. You finish up your burgers after you have this conversation, and Theriac arrives at the door. Just as you're all kind of getting ready to leave.
See?
Hello.
I told you.
Hi. First of all,
Hi.
I apologize for my earlier behavior. Secondly, do you have your weapons?
I guess.
Yeah, I'm always packing.
Yeah, always. Pocket full of grenades.
Come with me. And we'll lead them towards the meeting, and we'll explain along the way. I received a note saying that the board cannot be trusted, and to meet with this person.
Well, what person?
I'm not sure. But they said to bring arms, so...
Furia, can I ask you a separate question? While we walk. I kind of grunt awkwardly. Do you like us?
What?
Do you like us?
Do I? Yes, I think you're all swell.
Thank you. I needed reassurance. Panic sometimes.
Of course, and we'll just pat Azhaam's.
Pat Azhaam's shoulder and say, maybe you should be less of a baby. Caring about whether people like you. Grow an ego, am I right, guys?
Right, so...
Anyway, where are we going?
But I figured, if this turns out to be some sort of, a stand-up or something, we'll have arms.
Okay, listen, boss. This could go...
I don't appreciate being called that.
You're literally the boss, though.
I am the boss of this.
Yeah, and I am the employee of this, so you're my boss.
You are not an employee yet.
Listen,
I have the contract.
Doc.
That's a fake contract. You can call me Doc, as you had been previously. I much prefer that.
You're being very sassy for someone who is requesting my services, and I am not on contract.
What did you want to
say?
say?
Should we unionize? Should we unionize?
We should always unionize.
Skye.
That's very important.
Skye, just ask a question, please.
No, not boss. Dr. Theriac. This could go so bad for us, getting ready to rumble in the middle of your family-friendly establishment because a note said not to trust your coworkers. This could go so horribly. So
I don't trust them.
No, I know. I will follow you.
You all understand me, right? Like why I'm doing this?
I'm
not alone in the I'm not the crazy one here.
No, you are absolutely not. Everyone has been talking absolute nonsense besides you since we entered through the doors of this godforsaken place. So absolutely, I understand, and I think we should check this out.
Okay, that was just me asking, are we sure? But if we're sure...
Azhaam?
I'm reminded right now of a saying I heard from a pirate. Never mind. You don't know till you know. So let's go, so we can know.
Can I, before we skip off though, Matt, can I just, while we were sitting there waiting for Theriac, can I have just, Ike's been avoiding it, but can I check to see, has there been any response on my phone?
There has. There's a message, a text.
Okay.
Ha ha. Comma. It's a place where kids play? Do they not have that in the lower decks? Hey, do you want to grab a coffee later today? Where are you?
I text back. I would love a coffee when I get back home. Picking up a little extra work, but I'll be back soon.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking over your shoulder. I know that's like super duper rude.
No, it's okay.
I'm gonna send you the picture of you and the CEO of Wild Times, okay?
Oh my gosh! Yeah, thank you.
I'm not CEO. I am a co-founder and the lead of the scientific department. I'm not the CEO.
They're all synonyms for boss for me. I'm sorry.
Truly very different positions.
Okay. You still look important, though. You got a whole
thank
portrait.
You still send it to me, yeah.
Would you prefer if we call you Theri?
Yeah, I don't like that.
Doc is already so formal. Just go with Doc.
The doctor did call me captain earlier today, and that felt extremely good. So,
and I appreciate you asking me.
All right, Cappy.
Yes.
What
Theri feels a little...
What kind of title or name works for you, for your friends?
Doc is perfectly suitable.
Well, there you go. So we're good.
Yeah. And can I find a Wild Times waste bin?
Yeah.
And I want to...
Times brand waste bin.
Dump it out and just gather.
Oh, hell yes! Skye kicks one over.
Yes! Get me some more empty souvenir
litter.
cups. And I build myself a little sword out of
A Wild Times themed
a
sword.
Wild Times merchandise. I wanted to actually just like say Wild Times across the blade
Yes,
of the
absolutely.
sword in like garbage.
You have
scrap.
this. You have this sword that looks like that has the Wild Times logo on it, like runes of an ancient blade. Like
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I completely misinterpreted that and got way too excited about burning this place to the ground.
The energy really got me a little amped up anyway, so
Wait,
I
does someone want to burn something?
Yeah.
I'm getting amped up. Let's go kick some ass.
I got a flame rifle if someone wants to burn something.
We are not going in guns blazing. We are
No.
just preparing if there's...
Just
Put the
in
rifle back
case.
on my back.
Yes.
Just in case.
Diplomacy first,
Agreed.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, we could engage in aggressive negotiations.
Conversational combat.
you all arrive at this kind of experimentation area, and lit by the lights coming off of this like half sphere experimentation zone. Theriac, you see a plump Shirin, who you know as Lorik, who is one of the board members. As you walk, they are rubbing their hands and they're like, "Oh, thank God. I didn't know if you'd be here in time.
Lorik,
Theriac.
what's this about?
I don't know what is happening to the park, but things are going really very weird. I don't think Kiskak went on holiday at all. I'm constantly being watched. I think everyone else is, and I think that... And then there is a shot that rings out as this purple energy is sucked out of Lorik's head, and they fall down. This energy falls into this experimentation chamber that starts to buzz and crack, and this huge bolt of energy shoots out and hits all 5 of you. And you slowly begin to shrink.
Before it hits, I do want to take one. I'm good enough to know this kind of thing. I want to take one shot in the direction of the shot that initially came before I shrink. Is that possible?
Okay, that will be inside the chamber. Yes, you can have that shot since you are readied.
Yes.
And you all begin to shrink, and your bodies and the trees grow larger and larger, and the grass meets you as you all shrink to a tiny form. Azhaam, what did you roll?
Nat 20.
That hits, of course. Azhaam, you fire off into the holding as everybody shrinks down. And that is where we're going to leave our session. I have Honey, I Shrunk the Kids to you.
Giant lizards.
Thank you all very much for my weird fucking little arc. I watched Honey, I Shrunk the Kids 2 weeks ago, and I was like, that sounds fun. Thank you all, everyone, for getting into our little thing.
Hi there, beautiful souls. Thank you so much for listening to The Atomless. I have a few quick thank yous before I shout out everybody involved with the show. Our music today was provided by Marty Eisenberg. We also had music by Artlist under their fair use license, and our soundscapes were by Michael Gelfley, again under their fair use. You should visit both of them on Patreon because the show would not be what it is without them. A big thank you to our hosts, the Welcome In. If you want to listen to the full version of this episode, head on over to their YouTube where you can find all the unedited Atomless. And all the other beautiful shows they have on there. We seriously would not be here without them. Our players today were Momo O'Brien playing Skye, Super Dylan playing Ike, Norton Ali, who is Werewolf Feels on socials, who plays Azhaam, Andre Rivera Art, who played our wonderful Garlic Theriac, and Matthew Ekberg, Captain Krail on all things, who did all of the GMing and voiced all the pew-pews. Thank you so much for listening. I give you a kiss, and the next time we fly through the Atomless Sea, I hope you'll be there to fly with us. I bet you.